Welcome back, viewers again. Speed Racing Network, we apologize all our technical difficulties here, but we are back green flag racing after that yellow. Joby Sagipet got a huge run on this restart, pulling away from his teammate Ryan Ducombe. So we're back green flag racing, Justin.
Yeah, and look, hey, if the stream's going to cut out, I guess it's best we do it. It happens under caution, but like you said, Joby Sagipet jumps back out to the lead, and he's going to continue to hold these guys off, and it'll be interesting to see if anybody's able to change anything. See if they can run them down. But we've got 3 wide back here. That's Zach Taylor diving the inside of Marshall Stanley and Bo Tiffany. Looks like it's going to work out for now.
It looks he definitely used that faster pair for the 14 car, so pretty interesting to see him being that aggressive, knowing he doesn't have one. It's Bo Tiffany about clips him as they come across the line. That could have been bad news for the 14 car.
Yeah, if there's anything we know about Zach Taylor is that he wants to go to the front, and he has not been able to get there so far tonight. And, we only have 63 laps to go here, but he wants to get there, and he wants to get there quick because these laps are ticking off quickly when we're under green.
Yeah, and like we saw early on, it's hard once these tires start to wear off to gain positions. So it's really a big track position game. So Zach's got to make something happen here, but he's also got to be pretty conservative, not getting himself into a bad spot to wreck again or get involved in an accident or hit the wall like we saw early on.
Yeah, just a tough deal for Zach Taylor, and he had to burn that faster pair, and it's not a position we see him in very often. He's starting to slide back, but continues to be Joby Sagipet, showing the way around Las Vegas, and right now he's got this place figured out. He's got the thing on a rail. Ryan Ducombe is just, he's behind him, so you wonder if maybe Ryan Ducombe's learning something from Joby right now, because we saw Ryan Ducombe maybe outrun his stuff a little bit and fall back to third. He's back into second right now, but everybody seems to be pretty lined out and playing nice so far.
Absolutely, and again, their teammate Josh Marcy is back and forth, but I think that guy that's trying to spoil the party is in third place, that 8 car, Dylan Patterson. We saw him get around Ryan before that yellow came out, and he was in P2, and right now he's got his sights set on these 2 leaders.
Yeah, just trying to hang in there and take his time. He doesn't want to force it. If you're in third place and you've got 60 to go, that's a lot more laps than if you're in 15th, 16th place with 60 to go, right? So, you kind of bide your time and see if you can just make these spots up slowly and just kind of let the race come to you.
Definitely, and obviously up front, man, it's all Joby Sagipet, but we'll bounce back here to our points leader, Zachary Taylor in the 14 car. He's down to 13th place now. Let his teammate Michael Pickey go by. He's got 2 guys behind him that are pretty aggressive here, trying to get around him. Almost kind of wonder if he should just let him go. There's a bit of a gap behind these 2 cars that are right behind Zach, but we know Zach Taylor. That's not his motto at all. But at what point do you kind of have to give up on that for a little bit in the early stage of this race?
Well, not this point, as he dives to the inside of Michael Pickey, Jake, and he is not interested in any way, shape, or form at giving any spots up, as he's going to get clear of Pickey. That was a power move to the inside, and it opens the door for Scruggs there, and Michael Pickey's going to lose 2 spots, as Dustin Scruggs is going to go around, and possibly 3 here, as here comes Aaron Gerwitz, and Pickey's trying to find a spot in line.
Gerwitz had to almost bail out of it a little bit. It almost looked like Mike was going to chop down in front of him. But nonetheless, Aaron Gerwitz trying to make a move here on Michael Pickey, who's looking to the inside of Dustin Scruggs. But yeah, that last time through, we got the yellow out, though.
We got big trouble in turn 3. Big trouble.
Oh, Emerson Ardon involved from Tank Racing. It's like the 49 car, big damage. Devin Zimmerman, the 33, got a ton of damage on the front end of his car as well. So not sure what happened, but again, that's why we love our Sandwich Man Racing sports memorabilia rec replays. We'll check them. Make sure you check them out on Shopify, by the way. They got a ton of good stuff. A lot of guys I know in this league and a few other leagues, they've bought some stuff. But here we are on board with the 49er, Robert Montgomery, heading into 3.
It's going to start up ahead of him. It's going to be Emerson.
2.
It's going to start up with Emerson Ardon. Emerson Ardon's going to get up into the safer barrier where the concrete wall turns into a safer barrier, and it's going to shoot him down the track in front of the 33 of Devin Zimmerman. That's where it's going to start here.
Yeah, so 2 Tank Racing teammates get into each other and kind of take out a few other cars in the back of the pack. 49, I believe that was a 38 at Jamie Plurder, our truck series, or a truck race last night. winner from that race. So yeah, here we go on board. Like you were saying, Justin, just gets into the barrier, bounces off the retaining wall, and to the inside is his teammate Devin Zimmerman. Nowhere to go for the 49 and the
What a
38.
job by the 19 car. I do think he got some contact from behind him there, but he did a great job avoiding this. Look at that. Wow, I think he got through that clean too. That's the 19 of that's Scott Koval in the 19 tonight. Man, he did a great job avoiding that.
He did get some rear end damage from it, but could have been a lot worse had he gotten into him and possibly blown the engine. Got on the brakes hard there on the apron and somehow didn't run into Zimmerman. So that's a heck of a drive right there by Scott, dropping down here for Cup Series, to run this Xfinity Series race.
Yeah, and I do have to report here, we've got a new leader. Dylan Patterson is in the lead. I'm showing him scored. Ryan Ducombe actually came over later and said that's a bold move, Dylan. So not sure if he took 2 tires or stayed out here. I was watching replays. Yeah, Tyler Marco actually appears to have stayed out here. He probably stayed out just to lead a lap.
Yeah, the 41's going to peel off, but also P2 looks like it's going to be Danny Dow. I think he pulled the same strategy as the 8, taking two right side tires on that pit stop.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting to see. We saw it get tried already, and these guys are breaking out the strategy. But I think we still have 2 more laps until we go green. And I'm looking at the scoring, and things are starting to shake up just a little bit. But can we get that 8 car in the booth? Let's see if maybe we can get him up here and chat with Dylan Patterson, see what he's thinking with his tire strategy. Trying to find him here in the Discord. Hey, Dylan Patterson, this is Justin Boyles up in the Speed Racing Network booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yes, I do.
Hey, man, look. Looks like you're going to try a little strategy call here. 2 tires?
Yes, I did. I did take 2. I felt like I was faster, but in that dirty air, I just couldn't seem to hold it on corner entry, and that last run, I was about 1/10 faster than Jovi, and then that yellow came out. I did not want to see that yellow.
Yeah, I'm listening to Race Chatter, and I think it was Ryan Ducombe told you it was a bold move, and you told him you wanted the clean air. So obviously you think that's pretty important tonight. As there's not a whole lot of options to make moves. But hey, look, so I assume the cars are pretty tight. If you guys are taking 2 tires, I think we've seen a couple other guys try it as well.
They're not. They're tight, but they're not dump truck tight. On old tires, they get pretty loose off exit, especially if you're turning the wheel too much. But I kind of like the feel of it.
All right, buddy. Well, hey, look, looks like you guys are going to go green this lap here, and we're real interested to see how this strategy works out for you. Enjoy that clean air while you got it, because you've got some hungry dogs all in your mirror, buddy.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Good luck, man. All right, so kind of interested to hear him, Jake, that he said it's loose as the run goes on. I think the 2 tire strategy is going to be a little hairy if the car just continues to loosen up, because I'm sure you've tried it out. I know you have. I know how aggressive you are on the racetrack, so that car likes to turn a little better when those right side tires are a little softer.
Yeah, kind of surprised to hear him want to get 2 if he was struggling with it being loose already. So 8 car of Dylan Patterson and the 21 of Danny Dow are going to have their hands full on this restart. Definitely could be interesting as they're going to be leading the field to the green. So turn 1 and 2 could be calamity corner here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Jake. Hey, it makes me feel good that you agree with my thought there, because look, man, you've been in the Cup Series, and I think you got a couple wins or 1 win in the Xfinity Series this season. You've been collecting all this money. I had to come get a job in the booth to pay my entry fees, man. I've been struggling, so it makes me feel good that maybe I know a little something. But we're gonna get back going green here. Dylan Patterson is gonna get a big jump. That's gonna be important on those older left side tires to try to stay out front. Looked like Danny Dow had a hard time getting going, held Ryan Ducombe up. He wasn't happy about that.
They definitely seem to spun the tires there. He's going to lose some spots, really affecting the 7 car. Going to put him in some unknown territory further back in the field, but I'll tell you what, Jovi Saggy got himself to P2 already. He's going to make a move probably here relatively soon on this 8 car for the lead.
Yeah, Ryan Ducombe's hung out on the outside back there in 4th place, and he's got Daniel Bowler on his inside. He is going to have to pinch very, very, very hard if he wants to hold his position. I'd almost tell him to let Daniel Bowler go and slot in line there in front of Marshall Stanley, but he's going to continue to fight. But it is Jovi Sagiped trying to hunt down Dylan Patterson. He's all up in his mirror, but he's got to find a place to make the move. It's one thing to catch a guy, but it's harder to pass him. But here he comes. He's going to try to make a run on the inside. It'll be interesting to see if Dylan Patterson can hold him off on those 2 tires.
Yeah, he's going to get to his inside. Kind of run him a little high, not let him pinch him as tight as the 8 probably would want to off of 4, but Jovi Sagiped with a big move to the inside of our leader right now, going across the line. It's still that 8 car who got the run on the high side.
The 8 and the 3 car battling it out 1 and 2 here. Man, is this what is this? Is this 2000 or is this Speed Racing Network 2021? I can't tell, but man, this is a great battle. And he got a little tight. He's up on the fence. Oh, he got Danny Dow. Big wreck. Danny Dow hard on the inside wall.
Doesn't bring out the yellow, though, as he was under the apron.
There's the caution. Oh, wow. Yeah, that'll do it.
Wow. That definitely will bring our yellow flag here at Las Vegas.
Not sure. I'm kind of curious as to why Danny Dow just hung a right, got back on track. I mean, I know you want the caution, but there was traffic coming. But we're going to check out our Sandwich Man Racing Sports memorabilia rec replay here. Check them out on Shopify, as we've already said. But yeah, it looked like may have been a little bit of net code there. Shot Dylan Patterson up the track, got into Danny Dow, hard into the inside wall. Good news is he hit on the right side, so maybe not any engine damage. You hope he has a fast repair left. And then right here, I think it was Robert Montgomery he got into there. And
yeah, 49 car who's already left the race because he had gone through his first one and only fast repair, the last yellow.
Yeah, I mean, there was no caution, so Robert Montgomery's got to stay at speed. He has no choice. I mean, he can't back down. He's still trying to race. And then, I mean, it looked like somebody got really lucky there and didn't somehow blink through him there. But that's a tough deal. And I couldn't see either. Really quick.
A few guys that probably were worried their race was going to be over, like that 49 car, but even more wrecking, not involved with the accident with the 21 car there.
Yeah, we didn't see any of that. That was like some blinking out. I'm not sure what happened there. Well, look, hey, Dylan Patterson came down, he pitted, and the 2-tire strategy has officially not worked. And I just said officially like that's a word, Jake.
Both the 2 guys that took 2 tires on that last pit stop obviously did not get the result they were looking for on that run. They're both involved in that wreck. Danny Dow obviously sliding to the inside wall, slamming that and coming back up into the track and bringing the yellow out. And obviously Dylan Patterson in the 8 hitting the wall, recoiling off of it and hitting Danny Dow. So that 2-tire strategy did not pay off whatsoever for those 2 drivers.
Yeah, if you take 2 tires, you want to run about 10, 12 laps and then get the caution. But at the very least, you definitely don't want to be the caution. And so Dylan Patterson, he had been running 3rd for majority of this race. When he was on the same cycle, he tries something different, gets the clean air. Ryan Ducombe told him it was a bold strategy. And now Dylan Patterson's all the way back in 23rd. So it's going to be hard to rebound from that here with less than half of the race to go when we go back green. But it continues to be H2K's Jovi and Ryan Ducombe leading this team. But don't look now. Look in 3rd place, Jake. Daniel Bowler. That guy is a dog. I've raced with him a lot. Marshall Stanley going to be on his outside. So that's 2 guys. If I'm those 2 lead cars, I see those guys in my mirror, I'm sweating a little bit here.
Yeah, I just want to point out, too, another driver we saw head down pit lane was the 14 of Zachary Taylor, mirrored back in 24th place now. That's our points leader coming into this race, so he's back there in 24th, and we've known he's used his one and only fast repair, so that could be danger for the 14 of Zach, so gotta have to watch him try to drive through the field, but at the same time be really, really careful with it. Also kind of just surprised, not more there. More than the handful of guys we saw come down pit lane this time. I was shocked to see not more drivers follow them.
Yeah, and I think what Zach Taylor's thinking here is hey, look, I'm already mid-pack. If I come pit now, I'm only going to lose maybe 6, 7 spots. I'm not exactly sure where he was running, but I think he was somewhere around 17th. And get you some fresh tires, and you probably be able to get those spots back pretty quick. If I had to guess, when everybody gets single file out here on the bottom, I think Zach Taylor will be able to drive around that top side, or vice versa. I guess it just depends on what the preferred groove is here when we go green. That middle groove seems to be rubbering up. So Zach Taylor may have the right call here. I think he's going to be able to pick up quite a few spots.
Yeah, definitely. We'll run you through the top 10 right now. As the pace car is going to have the lights come off. We're going to be 1 to green. So right now in first is Jovi Sagiped. Second, Ryan Ducombe. Third place, Daniel Bowdler. Fourth place is Marshall Stanley. Josh Marcy having a good run tonight in fifth place. Sixth place, we got Brad Williams. Seventh place, Greg Olenek. Eighth place, we got Stan Hausman, who started on the pole, who's kind of been around in eighth place this whole thing since the drop of the green flag. Then we got 2 guys in 9th and 10th that have kind of moved their way through the field. The 11 of Dustin Scruggs started 19th. He's at 9th now. And Brad Davis in 10th, qualified 30th, and he's up 20 spots. So, that's our top 10 right now here in the Sparkle and Shine Sin City 150.
Yeah, and, looking at that top 10, something I see all my timing and scoring here, Jake, is Chevrolet and Toyota, but you have to go all the way back to 14th position, and Mike Lepicki, who's carrying that Ford flag so far. He's up 15 spots. We talked about him a little earlier. He's rebounded pretty well. I think he had lost a few spots there on that last cycle of stops, but he's back up to 14th, looking to crack that top 10 and get that blue oval in the top 10. So going to be interesting to see if he's able to do that. But right now, we're on board with Jovi Sagiped as he's getting ready to take us to the green flag. He's got Daniel Bowdler in his mirror, Ryan Ducombe to his right. And these guys are going to get ready to get going here. Should be a great restart as we'll see the pace car hang a left and go to the safety of pit road. And green flag is out. Jovi Sagiped gets a great jump. Ryan Ducombe going to try to slide in line behind him in front of Daniel Bowdler.
Yeah, so these 2 teammates here working really well together on these restarts. Jovi's going to continue in the lead, but right now they got someone that's trying to get around them. These 2 haven't really been pressured on a restart like Daniel Bowdler is going to attempt to do to these 2 up front. So that's something to be interesting to see if Daniel's able to get around the 7, if he can make his way to the lead.
Yeah, and I was kind of surprised to not see Jovi Sagiped take the top. That way he can ensure he falls down in front of Ryan Ducombe, because if Daniel Bowdler got a great jump there, he could fill that gap and shuffle Ryan Ducombe back to 3rd. But it worked out for him that time, and it continues to be these 2 guys showing the way around this Las Vegas Motor Speedway, and 1.5 miles, and we're clicking off the laps. Completed 55 100 tonight, scheduled 100. Could see a little overtime at the end of this thing, but we've got some side-by-side battling a little deeper in the field. We got the 2 car, Brad Davis. He's side-by-side with Stan Hausman. He's trying to make something up on the outside.
It looks like Greg Olenek in the 31 got a little tight or hit the apron possibly. Had to slow him up because here comes Stan Hausman to the inside of the 31 as they head down into turn 1. So right now, Stan Hausman kind of moving, gaining a couple spots. Oh, almost gets into the inside, or the left side door. Greg Olenek there off of 2. We got 6, 7, 8 cars here underneath the blanket, so to speak.
Yeah, you look at these guys are nose to tail. I mean, they were pushing down the back straightaway right there. This isn't Daytona. This is Las Vegas. You don't expect to see that in these Xfinity cars, these 1.5 miles, but they're pushing. They're trying to go right now, Jake. They know they've got to get the spots. And it sounds like something just happened with Devin Zimmerman, as I just heard him come over to the voice chat, voicing his displeasure. I'm not sure exactly what happened. I'm going to go back and see if I can find it. But it continues to be a great battle here towards the front of this field.
It looks like they were heading into 3, and Zimmerman kind of came down a little bit on the guy that was inside of him, got him a little loose, but back here for 8th place and 7th, man, it is a dog fight between all these drivers right now. They're 2 wide, 3 rows deep. This is letting these guys up front, though, kind of walk away from them ever so slowly.
Yeah, you try to pick those spots up, and if you're the guy in that group right now and you're saying, I'm faster than all these guys, I gotta go. And everybody's saying that right now, and they're thinking, man, this top 5, top 6, they're pulling away, they're going, we've got to get through this pack, and right now none of them have been able to break clean. You see the 2 car, Brad Davis, he's up 23 spots. He right now holds our Hard Charger Award if my scoring is correct, and he holds it by a pretty healthy margin, so he's looking to continue to have a great night and see if he can finish the thing off. But he's broken away from this pack. He wants to run these leaders down.
Yeah, they definitely do. They got to make quick work here to get around these guys are kind of holding this little pack up back here. I think the 31's kind of not as quick as some of these guys right now, and he's just kind of bugging down whichever lane he's in, and these guys are trying to get around him, but
didn't mean to cut you off. We're going to have the 3 wide right there behind Brad Davis. That's Stan Hausman in the middle. they're going to get it sorted out, I do believe. Bo Tiffany on the bottom, Gregory Joyner on the top. They get it settled out. And, man, something I'm noticing here, Jake, is that bottom line. Everybody in that bottom line continues to slide up a little bit, and then the guys in the top line are pinching ever so slightly.
And, some we saw last night in the truck race, a lot of guys were clipping that apron, kind of shooting up the track into the guys that were running the outsides. But it seems to be the same problem here with the Xfinity cars.
Yeah, I mean, you can't help it. When you're in the car, it's hard to tell exactly how close someone is, but that guy's pinching you. And so you're trying to keep that thing pinned down on that white line best you can, and you catch that apron. It's like a wall. It just shoots you right back up the track. And then next thing you know, we got one sideways here. Oh, that's Aaron Gerwitz. Great save. He gets into the 11, though. Can they hold on to it? It's Justin Scruggs in the 11. Gerwitz up at the top. The whole field is going to split them.
Great driving right there for all those guys that are around the 09, Aaron Gerwitz and Dustin Scruggs in the 11, not to run into anyone and bring out the yellow, but unfortunate for those two guys, they're losing a ton of time, as well as all those spots with all those cars driving by them.
Yeah, tough deal for them, but you got to be glad you saved it if you're in their shoes. And don't look now, but where do we have Zach Taylor restart on that last caution? He was 24th, I believe. He's up 10 spots since then. Oh, and I say that. Him and Michael Pickey make some contact. Zach Taylor's in the fence.
Our points leader, man, into the outside wall. Definitely not what you want to see.
Michael Pickey sideways. Pickey gets hit by, who was that in the 20? That's Michael Madden in the 20, and we got cars everywhere right now, and they continue to hold it straight. How have we not had a caution?
Man, oh man, I can't believe Michael Pickey held on to that thing. He was pretty furious there. I think the 8 car got into him a little bit, but at the same time, he kind of was there. And the Pickey just running him really tight. We're only on lap 64, so it's just kind of the danger you play of not giving some guys some rooms when, they're on fresh tires, things like that. That's just going to happen.
Yeah, just a lot of action here in mid-pack around 14th, 15th place. Zach Taylor is going to hold on to that 14th spot after all of that. After he got into the wall, lost spots on the backstretch, and then they almost raced the 3. He's back up to 14th. But you go back to the front of the field here. Joby Sagipet continues to lead. Ryan Ducombe still in second. Daniel Bowdler in third, and Marshall Stanley in fourth. So that's exactly how they restarted, and nothing's really changed. You see the field come off of 2. That's a great angle to really see how these cars are handling. But Joby Sagipet he's been pretty comfortable all night long here.
I tell you what, if we can get a camera of the front end of this 14 car, man, it really shows you the damage on the right side, right behind and right in front of the right front tire. That's going to kill Zachary Taylor's race right now. All that aero damage, he's going to make that car even tighter, shred through that right front even quicker than normal. It's going to be tough for him to, move up many more spots than where he's at right now.
Yeah, and I don't mean to cut you off here as we see Zach Taylor checking out his damage, but we've got a battle for second right now. Daniel Bowdler's on the inside of Ryan Ducombe, and they just had some words a little bit. I think Daniel Bowdler didn't really like Ryan Ducombe throwing a little block there as they headed into 3. I didn't catch it, but Daniel Bowdler kind of told him, hey, I'm not going to lift next time. They're going to be side by side down the backstretch. That's going to allow Joby Sagipet to start to pull away, and it's going to be really tight as they head down into 3.
Yeah, it really is. It kind of makes you wonder if some guys kind of get a little heated easier than normal because, they've not been having quite the season they might expect. Obviously, we saw Daniel Bowdler win quite a few races last season in our MSM Season 2 Xfinity Series, and he's winless so far. So it just kind of makes you wonder if, the pressure's starting to get to these drivers, and, some guys crack under the pressure and, are able to blow up like that.
Yeah, well, and not just Daniel Bowdler doesn't have any wins so far. He's not running well. He's just struggled all season long, and so he knows, hey, I'm up here in the top 3. I want to get a win, but you got to balance that, right? This isn't a win in your end system, so, how hard do you push for that win? If you ask me that question, I tell you, hey, we're racing. It's win or bust for me. I don't do points racing, but everybody's got to kind of balance that themselves. But seems to have leveled that battle out, and I'll be interested to see now. Daniel Bowdler's clear of Ryan Ducombe. Can he run down Joby Sagipet? As no one's been able to challenge that 3 car all night long.
Right. I definitely got to agree with you there, Justin. It's about going for that win. It's kind of bringing up Homestead in our Cup Series race for my team, man. It was, what good does it bring to run, 10th to 20th? Why not, shoot for the win? And sure enough, Dean and I were able to make it on the fuel strategy move and come home first and third. And unfortunately for our 2 other drivers that were on the same strategy, they ran out coming to the white. So, it doesn't pay off sometimes. But again, I think you just got to go for it. Points racing it's not really racing at that point. You're kind of just playing a little game as opposed to going for why we're all out here running for the win.
Well, you asked that question, what good is 10th to 20th? Well, for me, it'd be great. So, hey, everybody's got their own situation, though, right? I mean, everybody's in a different spot and points, and you got to kind of balance things yourself and figure out, hey, how gutsy can I be? Without having the win in your end system like you see in real life, in real life you get a win and you can kind of gamble a lot more than you could before the real life was on the win in your end system. We're not on that, and so you still have to be smart. You have to run consistently and try to continue to click off good finishes even if you already have that win. Somebody trying to get their first win of the season is Jovi Saggy-Pet. He continues to show the way, but don't look now, that 6 car's starting to get a lot bigger in his mirror.
It definitely is, and what's going to be interesting is, we got 28 laps to go, but these guys only have about 18 laps of fuel, so if we don't see a yellow, they're going to have to come down pit lane and, whether it's top off with fuel, fuel only, or take 2 tires or 4 tires of fuel, strategy is going to come into play with this thing. If and only if we do not see another yellow flag.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see if any of these guys, maybe you look at Brad Davis at 7th, Greg Olenek 8th, in that area, those guys are a good bit away from the leader, right? They've got some time to make up. Be interested to see if they maybe try to short pit. You're in the window now, go ahead and pit now, make up a spot. And as a matter of fact, Zach Taylor is calling it out.
Exactly. As you say that, 14 car, Zach Taylor going to bring it down pit lane. I just think, though, with him, he's 7 seconds behind the leaders. He's damaged, doesn't have a fast repair to fix that car. It's going to be tough for him to make it up, but I think, like you were saying, someone around that, 7th, 10th range in place right now, could really make it work for them.
Well, depending on how many laps Jovi and all these guys stay out here, this could work out for Zach Taylor. I mean, it is 7 seconds, but you look at the lap time fall off. I mean, you're talking about 1.5 seconds. You're talking about, what, a little over 3 laps, and you can make that up. So, if the leaders stay out that long, Zach Taylor could make that time up, and then, if things fall out perfectly, he could, if we get a late caution, he could be, restart up towards the front. Ryan Ducom's going to come this time.
Right, I think he's going to cover the strategy of anyone trying to short pit, early on. So Ryan Ducom's going to cover that up. So it'll be interesting to see what Jovi does. Obviously, their teammates as well as the 35, Josh Marcy. All these guys are for H2K Motorsports. We got a car stuck in the inside wall there.
I just saw that. Wasn't sure who that was. Was it Emerson Ardon? Maybe I couldn't tell. I think somebody was. Yeah, you mentioned it there. I think he spun trying to get on pit road. It wasn't Emerson.
I'm not sure who it was, but I believe they're off the track now. So that they've either towed or gotten their car turned around.
It was the 27
not too sure what
car.
That was.
It's a 27 car. Kyle Wimble, that's exactly who it was there, but he's already taken it to pit road there. He towed. So it's funny. All the leaders came on voice chat and said he needs to reset. We don't need a bad caution here. We hear our leader. He's going to come
this time. Yeah, exactly right. So the 3 car coming this time. And his teammate, the 35, but Josh Marcy, going to be pitting this time.
I've seen Daniel Bowdler do this a lot, where he'll stay out, and no, he's going to pit with Jovi here. Here comes Marshall Stanley behind him. Sorry, is that Marshall Stanley? Yeah, that's Marshall Stanley coming down. So it looks like all the leaders now. We got one coming in hot. Oh, we got one who just spun. That was our pole sitter there. I believe. I think he spun there coming on pit road.
Yes. It was the 39 car, Stan Hausman. Zachary Taylor is disconnected from the race.
Not sure. If I'm not mistaken, I believe I heard somebody come out and apologize to Zach Taylor right after he called that he was coming down pit road. So I wonder if something happened there and he got ran over.
2 car, spinning right next to his teammate in the 25.
Brad Davis.
just shows you how difficult it is to get onto pit lane under green flag racing. You know, coming with old tires, gotta check up and get down to pit road speed. And fortunately, the teammates didn't run into each other and take one another out.
Yeah, I was just watching that, Sean, and I didn't see anything happen that would make him leave the server. I mean, he gets a little contact there, but unless maybe he got a speeding penalty and just said, hey, this isn't my night, and called it a day. But not sure what happened there with him. But if I'm not mistaken, I believe Marshall Stanley may have pulled a little strategy call here, because I believe he's going to come out ahead of our previous leader, Joby Saggy Pit. But right now it's Greg Olenek. Yeah.
No. Joby Sagipet is in front of Daniel Bowler and Marshall Stanley.
Okay, my scoring hadn't updated then. So, but Daniel Bowler closed that gap there on that pit stop. There's no doubt about that. You know, he's now all over the back bumper of Joby Sagipet here.
Definitely, the 13 car not gonna give away to the leader. It's gonna make it tough for them to get around. But Joby Sagipet executed it perfectly. Bowler had to check up, and you know, really was the one that was had difficulties getting around the 13 of Bo Tiffany.
Yeah, and you know, we heard Joby Sagipet call out and ask Bo to go, let him have the inside. Bo didn't give it to him, and you know that may upset you if you're the leader. But look, Bo's out there racing just like anybody else is, and so any bit of time that he could save himself, he needs to do that, and that's what he did here. But as they're starting to get closer to the end of this cycle, Nick Gowan still is not pitted, and you see him leading. And now I think at this point you're kind of in that strategy of, hey, I'm staying out as long as I can. Hopefully I can get a caution here as we have 19 laps to go.
Exactly, and that's the whole thing of trying to run it dry to be in the lead or up front. You know, not where you were before the green flag pit stops started happening. That way, you gain a ton of track position, because at this point, if the yellow comes out, even these guys that already have pitted, they're gonna have to pit again to get fresh tires. That way, they're not at a disadvantage on that restart, being slower than everyone else that would then be able to pit under yellow and get fresh tires and fuel and line up behind them. So, Nick Gowan, these other guys, Cole Martin, his teammate, Bronco Motorsports, just hoping for a yellow at this point.
Yeah, there's two ways the strategy works out, Jake. And either, you lap the leaders, or they were the leaders, they pitted, you inherited the lead and you lapped them. And then the caution comes out while they're lapped down. So now you could pit, come get fresh tires, and they've got to stay out and take a wave around, and they've got 2 or 3 laps on their tires. Or if, you stay out, run about 10, 12 more laps, get another caution, you're ahead of the leaders. They've probably gotten their lap back by then. But, everybody comes down pit road, and now you've netted a ton of spots and are ahead of them. So it's always a gutsy strategy, and I know anytime I've ever tried it, I never get the caution. So see what happens here.
Exactly, and Nick Gowan, obviously our leader right now, but I tell you what, Daniel Bowler is just hunting down Joby Sagipet for this eventual lead once this thing cycles out, man. I mean, he is just right there trying to get around him any which way possible, and it's tough, man. I think it's just a product of this track and this this car. It's just hard for these guys to make a move once they get to that driver in front of them.
Yeah, and right now Daniel Bowler is he's taking his time. He's being patient, but something tells me that if he wants to get closer to him, he can. No need to do it right now. Save your stuff, and you get down towards the end of this thing. The desperation factor will crank up a little bit, but still see Nick Gowan holding on to the lead, staying out front. And you saw that lap car right there just affected Daniel Bowler's exit on the corner, so that gap opened up a little bit there between him and Joby Sagipet. But Nick Gowan still hoping for that caution.
Yeah, he definitely is. He's got a good-looking paint scheme right now. I know you're a big Earnhardt fan, so Justin, what are your thoughts on this 88 car?
It's really neat. I was looking at it. It's funny you say that. He's got the Dale Earnhardt. If I had to, it looks like back when Dale Earnhardt had the red numbers, the No Bull 1 million that they used to do back in the day, and so he's got that, and he's got the 88 on the side of it for Dale Jr. So that's a good-looking race car. I like that. Anything Dale Jr., anything Earnhardt, I'm a big fan of. So it's a good-looking race car, and it looks really good out front. So he's leading a ton of laps and trying to, like I said, trying to get that caution, see if he can't put that thing up in victory lane or have a shot at it at the very least.
And you got to imagine, how many more laps can these guys go? Possibly, can they make it all the way? Maybe not. I doubt it. Obviously, we still got 13 to go, about to be 12 to go. But at this point, do they kind of just come down, get a splash of gas, and they come out a little bit further ahead than they were if they they get 4 tires and fuel. So it'll be interesting to see what a guy like Nick Owen and Cole Martin do here once they do head down pit lane.
Yeah, it just all depends, Jake, on how many laps are left when you do finally have to come down, when you don't have enough fuel to go anymore. If you've got 2 or 3 laps, come get a splash, because the 12 seconds that you're going to keep, you're not going to lose in 2 laps. But if you've got 10 to go and he comes down, he'll be better off getting 4 tires. I think he can make up that 12 seconds in 10 laps. It's all part of the game you play. It's racing and it's in the driver's hands, but it's also if you got a crew chief or a spotter, or buddy who helps you out, you're talking that strategy out, trying to figure out, hey, what's the best way we can break this up and maximize our time. But you see Nick Gowan is, I believe he's on pit road now. No, he's just my scoring's messing up. Okay.
Our leader Nick Gowan in the 88, he's still up there trying to pull the sneaky pocket aces, so to speak, if we're sitting at the poker table. But that's what Nick Gowan is hoping for right now. Along with his teammate, Cole Martin runs in the truck for Bronco Motorsports, so we say teammate, but obviously running in a different series. But these 2 guys are obviously the same strategy, hoping it pays off and they can cash out at the pay window. Yeah,
and we talked about it in the pre-race. Gambling, here we are. We're at Las Vegas. You're inclined to gamble. Take a few chances, see if something can work out in your favor, and that's what he's doing. It kind of takes me back to 2014. Dale Jr. stayed out, tried to stretch the gas. He had him covered up and ran out of gas coming down the back straightaway on the last lap and surrendered the lead to Brad Keselowski. So, Nick Owen maybe trying to change history a little bit, right? See if he can get that 88 in victory lane and stretch it out.
Exactly, and it makes you kind of wonder if they, maybe they're just slowing down their pace enough to where they, maybe they can make it. Because honestly, I'm kind of surprised to not have seen them down pit lane. And of course, as we talk about it, here comes the 88 and the 87. They're going to be pitting this time by, so never mind to that.
Yeah, just a tough deal for him there. You stretch it out as long as you can. You're hoping and hoping and hoping for a caution. And if his luck is anything like mine, he's going to pit, come out, and then get a caution as soon as he gets done pitting. So we'll see if it works out. Oh, the 87's not going to get down. He's got to keep it off the wall. He does.
Oh, man.
And there's the caution. Wow. So Nick Gowan needs to not – no, stopping will be the right move here. Nick Gowan should cycle out to the lead, if I'm not mistaken, Jake.
Yeah, he definitely should. He's got a pit. I hope he knows.
That is Mike Lepicki, who's turned around over in turn 2, and Nick Gowan went ahead and rode through pit road. That's a mistake. If he had pitted there,
it definitely is.
Yeah, if he had pitted there, he'd had already done his stop and he'd have been the leader. He's still going to come out. I think he's only going to be around in 5th place or so, but he should have pitted. Go ahead and get his service here. But look at our sandwich man rec replay, and Mike Lepicki just. It's like somebody came down and clipped him there, and see Greg Olenek caught up.
Oh, big trouble there.
On the entry corner there.
I'm not gonna lie, that's it's a weird spot to hit the wall, if you ask me.
That's where you. that's
he's
when
all
you get
by
low to sleep,
himself, and he hits the wall.
Yeah, that's where you get low to sleep on that long run, Jake, and you just ease up into the wall, and then it kind of wakes you up. Unfortunately, it was a pretty hard hit.
Kind of makes me remind me of the days back at Richmond when Clint Boyer had a little itch on his arm. To be honest with you.
Yeah,
how do you do that all by yourself? I mean, you're coming down the front stretch at 1.5 miles and all by yourself, no cars around. That's quite interesting.
Yeah, Daniel Battle, if he's smart, he took 2 tires here. This is the perfect amount of laps to do that. So, I can't get over Nick Gowan not pitting though, Jake. I mean, if he pits, he's the leader because he would have already done his stop. He was on pit road already, before the caution came out, so he's not going to get a closed pit entrance. And all he had to do was stop in his box, get his service, and he would have cycled back out to the lead.
And that could just be an inexperienced thing, not really knowing what to do here. But again, who knows what's going through your head. as you're coming down pit lane. You know, maybe he was unsure if he'd get a black flag or something like that. But right now, Daniel Ballard is going to lead this thing.
Yeah, he took 2 tires, and so it's funny. Jovi said that's a bold move, kind of what his teammate Ryan Ducombe said. But Jake, I go back to Nick going. You know, at first I was thinking he should roll through as well, and then I thought about it, and he should have stopped in his box. But like you said, was maybe just an inexperienced thing there, and you know, you hardly ever get that lucky when you finally do pit and you get the caution as soon as you hit pit road. I mean, that's some supreme luck right there, but. Nonetheless, I mean, I think he should still cycle out pretty well. Scoring's still updating. I'm not exactly sure where he is on the tower here, but right now it's going to be Daniel Ballard leading us back to green is what I believe is happening. What you see in front of him is the all the wave around cars, but going to have 2 tires versus Jovi's 4.
I'll tell you what, you look at third place right now, Daniel Keith Jr. started this race 37th. He's got himself up to third place, so he was fortunate enough. You know, he was second place or third place before Nick Gowen and Cole Martin pitted, so this 23 car paid off by being able to stay out a lap extra, and that yellow came out and was able to pit as the leader under yellow and come out third place now.
Yeah, I mean, and that's, you know, it kind of just goes back to gambling, to you know, strategy call and all that good fun stuff we see here in Vegas. But something that is going to be important here when we go back green, Jake, is there's a lot of cloud cover over this racetrack, no sun anywhere on this track, and I think that's going to play in Daniel Ballard's hands. You know, he's on those older left side tires, but a little extra grip there for him with a cooler track temp. I'm not sure what the track temperature is right now, but I think that'll work out for him, as we should get to one to green here, and we do.
Track temp right now is 77 degrees with that cloud cover, like you're saying. So it is, lick that stamp and put it in the box to Sendy's. If you're these guys right now, we'll be getting this restart with 4 to go, so it's go time.
Yeah, and look, I mean, we've got some different players. You kind of touched on it there. You got Daniel Keith Jr. He's sitting in third. These guys, you know, the 3 car of Jovi, the 6 of Daniel Ballard, you know, these guys have been up front. They've been racing each other all day. Ryan Ducombe, you know, he's back in 5th. Really the furthest we've seen him all night. They've been racing all night. Marshall Stanley, he's been up there in this latter half of this race, but 23, you ain't really seen up there. Josh Marcy, we haven't seen up there a whole lot tonight, and so if you're all these guys, you know, you're thinking, hey, what are these guys going to do? You know, you kind of have a good feel about all the other guys around you, but these new names that you haven't seen tonight, you don't know how their car's handling, you know, how aggressive they're going to drive this thing, and it's all going to play into it. We got 5 to go. We do have overtime in this league if it is needed, and we're in Vegas. If we're placing bets, I'm going to bet overtime may be needed, because these guys are going to go hard when we take the green flag here. But
they definitely are. Pace car will dive off here momentarily. It's going to be in the hands of Daniel Ballard in that 6 car. He's going to wait a little bit, but he's going to get loud on that gas pedal, get through the gears, try to pull away from the field, as Daniel Ballard is going to lead this thing with 4 laps to go.
Daniel Ballard is no joke on restarts. Listen, he gets some awesome jumps. I've restarted right behind him in that 3rd spot, and that's usually a really good place to be able to react to the leader really well. He is awesome at getting these jumps, but don't look now. Jovi Sagipet has a huge run off of 2.
Those 4 tires of Jovi Sagipet as opposed to the 2 for Daniel Ballard might pay off.
Daniel Ballard threw the block.
Ballard got a little loose.
I think he threw the block down into 3 and made Jovi take the top, and it'd be interesting to see if he continues to do that, but it worked that time for him, as they're going to come down to 3 laps to go here, and Ryan Ducombe, he's stuck back there. He's in the 7th spot right now, so he's trying to make something happen, but Daniel Ballard now under fire on the inside from Jovi Sagipet. They're going to be side by side, door to door. Daniel Ballard going to squeeze up. He's up into the fence off of turn number 2. Oh, and he's around. He's going to save it. Oh, they're scattering all over the place. Marshall Stanley, he's up in the wall in turn 3. They're still.
I don't know how they haven't brought out the yellow yet.
Oh, I think we may get they're 4 wide back here, Jake. There's no way they keep this thing straight.
It's a matter of time before it happens right here.
Look at that.
I mean, that is Daytona Talladega-esque right there. 42 got into somebody.
Oh.
57 up the track. But meanwhile, back up front, Jovi Sagipet's racing to that white flag. He doesn't want to see the yellow.
He just needs to get there. You're looking for the white flag, and they're still all over the place back here trying to get it sorted out. Jovi Sagipit just got to get to the line. He's going to do it, and I lost another bet in Vegas because we're not going to go to overtime. This race is going to finish this lap.
I tell you what, if nothing happens for the battle of third, H2K Motorsports going to come home with the top 3 positions with Ryan Ducombe in third, Josh Marcy second, and Jovi Sagipet in the lead, but Dylan Patterson going to try to get to the 7, but it's all up front. It's Jovi Sagipet like we've seen all day. As he goes through 3 and 4, Jovi Sagipet is going to bring this 3 Toyota Supra sponsored by Exalta off of 4 to the line, and Jovi Sagipet going to capture that elusive first win here in Speed Racing Network.
Run, man. He showed the way all night long. He was the fastest car. Josh Marcy and Ryan Ducombe, his teammates come in behind him, 2nd and 3rd. Dylan Patterson, 4th. And, it's just what an awesome race. These guys really figured it out there. I don't know how they kept it straight, but they're wrecking now on the backstretch, but the race is over with. But what a finish.
Yeah, that was a heck of a drive by the 3 car. He was up front all night, deserving. Daniel Ballard tried to throw the strategy at it with taking 2, and just unfortunately didn't work out for him.
Yeah, it just feels like a different week, same story for Daniel Ballard, unfortunately. Ran up front, great car, had a good shot to win. Didn't happen for him. And, those finishes start to pile up, and see the whole team's going to burn it down here for H2K synchronized donuts. And, but yeah, those kinds of finishes start to add up if you're Daniel Ballard, and, you really maybe got to start rethinking what you're doing, and Jovi Sagipet slams the right rear up against the 11 car. Great race, and what an awesome finish.
It definitely was, and that 11 car was the 4th car of H2K Motorsports, who came home 21st, so top 3 for H2K in a 21st spot. That's a really, really good points day for a team. Obviously, they get their first win in the Xfinity Series, or second win in the Xfinity Series, with Ryan Ducombe winning the Daytona Oval race. So this is a very dominant, impressive win to the Xfinity Series leagues, showing H2K's got the speed on the 1.5-mile tracks.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a great night for them overall, and to sweep the top 3, that's impressive, man. And they ate their Wheaties this morning, did their practice all week, and 1, 2, and 3, it worked out for him. Dylan Patterson for R2D2, he's in 4th. Cole Martin, independent, 5th place, and great run for him to get the top 5.
In 6th place, we got Michael Menti for R2D2 Motorsports. 7th place, Greg Olenek from Rev Racing. 8th place is Michael Madden, our Truck Series winner from last night. Or not last night, but he was the highest Truck Series driver. 9th place, Bo Tiffany from Team SRN. 10th place is Scott Kalala, another independent driver.
Yeah, and you got Marshall Stanley. He ran up front all race long. He finishes 11th. Danny Dow in 12th. That was a great bounce back after we saw him get hard in the inside wall. Brad Williams 13th for Bronco Motorsports. Aaron Gerwitz 14th for Rev, and then 15th Daniel Keith Jr. for Team SRN.
In 16th place, we got Bobby Anderson, another independent driver. 17th is Emerson Ardon from Tank Racing. 18th is going to be Tyler Markle, the 41 independent car. 19th is Kevin Winker in the 42 for R2D2 Motorsports. And Daniel Ballard coming home 20th after being the leader in that restart. So Daniel Ballard from R&D Motorsports coming home 20th.
Yeah, we got Ryan Ducombe, our 3rd place finisher tonight, joining us in the booth here. Post-race interviews, podium finish. Great run for you, Ryan. We saw you up front all race long. You led some laps, but going to bring it home in 3rd with your 2 teammates, Josh Marcy and Jovi, in front of you. But is there anything you could have done differently to maybe grab the win there?
I just have a real hard time saving tires. I just can't seem to just put the long run together. And I knew Jovi was super fast at the beginning. I pretty much I just let him by at the beginning, and he was just fast all night.
Definitely, Ryan. You guys come home 1st through 3rd for H2K Motorsports. You've already won at Daytona for the Oval. And now you see Jovi and Josh coming home 1, 2 in front of you. Just fill our viewers in. What this brings to the team, and just speak on that.
I mean, this was a huge week for the team. I mean, the past few weeks we really haven't been just putting the team finishes together. And for Jovi, I mean, this was a a big win coming. I felt like he should have had a win a while ago. He's got the speed. He's super fast, and I just think this is going to build his confidence and the team's confidence. Josh was looking, he had a great finish as well. So I just think this is just a big momentum booster for the team.
Yeah, and I've been a huge fan of Jovi, all season long. I've picked him a couple times to win, and my partner Jake here, he stole my pick tonight. I gave him first pick, and he took Jovi from me, but I actually picked you. So man, we had some good picks tonight. But you talk about the confidence, but not just Jovi, the whole team, 1, 2, 3. I mean, sweeping the podium. What does that do for the team's confidence, and as you try to build some momentum towards those team points?
I mean, it's huge. I mean, you really can't get any better than that. 1, 2, 3. I mean, that is just, I wish the two other guys got caught up in some things, but I'm just beyond happy. I mean, you can't get any better than this. And I'm just so happy for Jovi and Josh.
Absolutely, Ryan. Well, congrats on a P3. Before we let you go, is there anyone you'd like to thank or any sponsors or anything like that?
Yeah, I want to thank my cookie sponsor. They're always on board. I want to thank you guys. You guys do a hell of a job up in the booth. I know I had some technical difficulties early, I believe, but looks like everything got straightened out. I just want to thank SRN, Jason Tripp, Adam Pettit, all you guys. You guys do a great job.
Well, we appreciate, buddy. We'll get you back down to your team, and I know you guys are going to be enjoying this one with a 1, 2, 3. So, congrats.
Guys, have a good night.
All right, that was Ryan Ducombe there, bringing it home third place. We're going to bring Josh Marcy up. Josh, this is Jake and Justin up in the broadcast booth, buddy. Congratulations on a great second place run, joining your other two teammates there to sweep the podium, man. What did it take to bring home this great finish and just kind of hang in there, and especially towards the end, man, it really got wild.
Oh man, what it took was just a good qualifying run today. I qualified up front, was able to stay there and stay out of any trouble. I seem to have all the bad luck lately. Like the last race, I got taken out under caution and got thrown in the back, and then all the messes happened. But yeah, I'm just really thrilled that I was able to finally put one together today without any incidents.
Definitely, Josh. Coming home P2, obviously with your teammate ahead of you and your teammate behind you in first and third. Just kind of speak volumes on that. For yourself, as well as the team. I got a second question. I just got to know. If this thing was a couple more laps longer, you were closing in on Jovi there. Would you have tried to make a move for the win, or would you have been okay to finish second, knowing it was your teammate in front of you in first and another one behind you in third?
Yeah, I think as for your first question, we just seemed to really click as a team this week. We were running really good in practice together, and in qualifying, we all went up front. And, we're right next to each other, and I was content with finishing second. I haven't had a good finish in a while. I wasn't going to push Jovi at all and ruin a good finish for the team. I mean Q3 is the best results we could get, so I was really happy with that.
Yeah, man, it doesn't get a whole lot better than sweeping the top three with your teammates. But anybody you want to shout out, man, and before you go celebrate a great run?
Yeah, just give a shout out to my team, H2K, Dustin, Jovi, Ryan, Troy. I mean, we all had good runs today. We had a lot of fun, and shout out to those guys, and especially Ryan being the captain. He really holds us together and makes some good calls on the radio for us. And so I'm just happy to finish P2.
10-4, buddy. Congratulations, man. Great job, and looking forward to seeing you next week when you get back out on track.
All right, thanks, guys.
Have a good one, man. Congrats on P2.
That was Josh Marcy, our second place finisher, but the man of the hour, Jovi Saggyped in the number 3 car. Would have been my pick. Wasn't my pick because my boy Jake Rowell here stole my pick. But Jovi, man, what's up, dude? Congratulations. What an awesome run for you, man.
What up, guys? Finally broke through and got a W. No more heartbreaks.
Yeah, hey, look, man, I heard you. It was funny. We saw some two-tire strategies. Somebody tried it earlier in the race, and Ryan Ducombe said on the radio, bold strategy. He was right. Didn't work out for him. And then you see Daniel Bowler try it, and he said the same thing, told him it was a bold strategy, and you were right. Didn't work out for him. So just wondering what the winning lottery tickets are going to be, man, and if you help me out.
I think it's 3, 7, and 35. And if you want an extra number, 11.
10-4, man. But hey, great run, buddy. You did a good job. You showed the way all night. You looked to be pretty comfortable, man. what did it take there to fend everybody off, and especially at the end when it got wild? I kind of asked the same question to your teammate Josh, but things got wild. You're hoping not to get a caution, but you're also having to drive your car pretty hard, man. What does it take to just stay focused and to get it done tonight?
It was a lot of focus, but this was like the first week I actually practiced like a lot. Like I haven't raced this much in forever. I did like at least like 10 officials just to get ready for this, and it helped a lot. And the one that actually said the bold move was actually me instead of Ryan.
Well, Jovi, man, first off, congratulations, man. It's been a long time coming for you. You and I kind of jokingly have a little thing going between winning and losing when we're in the same races here in the Xfinity Series. So unfortunately, I wasn't down in there, so you couldn't even up the score. But congrats, hats off to you, man. And you kind of, I wouldn't really say struggling, but I feel like you haven't really had the finishes you would like. So just what does this mean for you? Winning your first race here in Speed Racing Network, obviously with the talent pool we have in our races, as well as just as a team. If you think you can go run down the top teams for that team championship.
I feel like we can run down those top teams. We just had really, really, really bad luck the last couple of weeks. Only one of us would be able to finish in the top 10. Either some misfortune would happen, or we would get into wrecks, or we just wouldn't have a good race. But I know at the end of the day, we have the speed to keep up with everyone. We've showed it during the practice races. We showed it at the beginning of the season, and I guess we just had our hiccups in the middle. But now having this win off the back, it like lets the pressure off, knowing that everyone wants to see me win.
10-4, buddy. Hey, it was a great race, man, and we enjoyed watching you put on a show for us. Your entire team did, and man, we really appreciate having you out here on track, and we're looking forward to having you back next week. But anybody you want to shout out before we let you go, man?
I just want to shout out all our sponsors for SRN. They make this possible for us. Without them, I don't know if we'd be racing or I would have been able to find the league. And for you guys in the booth, always do an amazing job. I watch the races like a couple times during the week just to watch because it's entertaining. And Sean, even though you're not here talking, pick me. I love you.
Gotta love it. And then he's referring to our all-star race. He's, trying to get himself recruited onto Sean's team. So that's awesome, Joby. Well, congrats, bud. You get your first win. You guys sweep the podium. So we'll get you back to your team. I know you guys are going to be celebrating. So hats off to all three of you, on tonight's performances.
Thank you, guys. Enjoy the night.
All right, buddy. Jake, a couple takeaways, man, from tonight. First one I think of, I haven't heard anybody beg Jason Tripp to draft them on his team.
Makes you wonder, man. It's like being drafted to the Detroit Lions.
Oh man, Jason's listening too, so I think we can make sure. I think we're pretty much not going to get picked up by Jason. But hey, look, man, next week here in the Xfinity Series, we'll be at Phoenix Raceway, man. That's one of the most fun tracks. You got the dog leg that you can just get 17 wide if you want to on it. That's going to be a lot of fun. And Jake, what do you expect to see on track next week at Phoenix? In this Xfinity Series.
I definitely think it's going to be great racing. I'm looking forward to it, Justin. I believe, assuming my schedule works, I will be out there running it, trying to go back to back. Last season in MSM for the Xfinity Series, I won that race, so looking forward to it. Like you said, the dog leg, restarts are crazy there. It's a really great track. It's a short track that kind of races more like a about a mile and a half, just because the speeds are a little bit quicker. But at the end of the day, it's all about hitting your marks and braking for the corners, things like that. So it's going to be fun. And again, it is I believe it is the first short track we've really gone to. So, we might see some guys we don't usually see, having good finishes.
Yeah, man, I remember watching that MSM race because I didn't get to watch it last year, but it was a wild one. So I didn't get to race in it last year, but expecting the same thing next week. And the next broadcast you can find here on Speed Racing Network will be this Sunday night, the Sin City 200, brought to you by Sparkle and Shine Mobile Detailing right here at Las Vegas Speedway, our last 3 events here at Las Vegas. You can catch that Sunday night. That'll be in the Cup Series. Jake, you'll be in the car. Myself, I'll probably be in one in the back at the opposite end of the scoring tower and sure usually on. But, man, that's going to be an awesome race. And I've held Las Vegas is the most fun mile and a half because it's just, I don't know what it is, man. It just drives so much cleaner than any other mile and a half that we go to, maybe outside of Kansas. And it's that's going to be an awesome race. Those big spoilers and the high downforce can be a lot of high speeds, drafting, blocking. It's going to be wild, man.
Definitely got to agree with you. I think it's going to be a good race. To your point, I just feel like it's those bumps in 1 and 2 that kind of, allow it to be a bit cleaner and a better race. Because you got to be careful of those. You don't want to hit them. Obviously, it upsets the car and kind of ruins your run. So, guys are fanning to the top or they're trying to hit the white line around the bottom. So, it's going to be a great race. I think you're not giving yourself enough credit, man. You'll be higher up on that podium.
Hey, well, listen, if the point standings indicate otherwise, but yeah, man, to your point, that bottom groove is really bumpy around that place, especially on 1 and 2. But the more you move up the track, the more it smooths out. So that could really allow for some good side-by-side racing. But we look forward to seeing everybody tune in to that one this coming up Sunday, February 28th. And man, it's going to be a great show. That date's wrong. It's already March. Ignore that. But that'll be the Speed Racing Network Cup Series, Sparkle and Shine Mobile Detailing Sin City 200 at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. For myself, Justin Boyles, Jake Rowell, my partner, we're signing off for the night. Thanks for tuning in.
And remember, guys, thank you for watching SRN, and always go faster.